Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into an absolutely mind-bending hypothetical scenario about our planet. It's a premise that sounds kind of simple on the surface, but just wait until we get into the actual physics involved here.
Imagine just for a second a literal pause in time. What if the Earth suddenly stopped spinning for just 5 seconds? I mean, it's such a tiny window of time, right? You might be thinking to yourself, hey, 5 seconds? That's barely enough time to take a deep breath or quickly check a text on my phone. In our day-to-day lives, a 5-second pause seems, well, completely insignificant. It just feels like a blip. It's super easy to assume a 5-second pause would be peaceful, maybe like a quick nap under a tree. But actually, scratch that. The scientific reality is the exact opposite. It would be absolutely catastrophic. A momentary pause in planetary mechanics like this is literally a recipe for total disaster.
So, to understand exactly why this tiny 5 seconds break would be so devastating, we kind of have to shift our focus to the actual physics of our planet's rotation. Because even though we don't feel it at all while we're just sitting at our desks or walking down the street, we are currently strapped into a giant, rapidly spinning ride. 1,670. That is our planet's immense rotational speed in kilometers per hour, specifically right at the equator. I really want you to think about that for a second. We are constantly zooming through space, rotating at this incredible, mind-boggling velocity, even while we're standing completely still on the ground. It's a staggering amount of speed that we just take totally for granted, mostly because everything else around us is moving at that exact same pace.
Okay, so if we're moving that incredibly fast together with the planet, why does a sudden stop spell immediate doom for us? Well, the answer lies in an invisible physical culprit that turns a sudden break into a complete global nightmare. We're talking about a fundamental law of motion that governs literally everything around us, from the cup of coffee on your table all the way to the oceans themselves.
So the absolutely crucial point here is that while the Earth itself might stop instantly, the objects on the surface absolutely do not. And that is entirely because of inertia. Inertia is the physical property causing everything on Earth's surface to just keep moving at that staggering 1,670 kilometers per hour if the planet were to suddenly halt. Think about slamming on the brakes of a car going 100 miles an hour. The car stops, but your body definitely wants to keep flying forward, right? Now multiply that speed by 10. The rocky ground stops, but you, your house, and honestly everything not bolted to the deepest bedrock just keeps right on going. This massive inertia builds up this terrifying chain of destruction. First off, cars, buildings, and really anything loose on the surface keeps moving forward at thousands of kilometers an hour. That essentially rips the surface of the Earth apart. Then the oceans, which are bound by those exact same laws of physics, surge forward with all that momentum. That creates these giant world-swallowing tsunamis. And finally, even the invisible air around us, the atmosphere itself, keeps moving at top speed, triggering unimaginably powerful winds that would just scour the entire planet. We are literally talking about supersonic winds and actual walls of water crashing over entire continents. The sheer scale of it is wild. Everything we know and have ever built would be swept away in an instant, and all because the Earth decided to take a measly 5-second break. All right, phew. I think it's time we all take a collective deep breath here. Before we start running out to bolt all our furniture to the Earth's crust, let's do a quick reality check on this whole apocalyptic thought experiment. The good news? This simply cannot happen naturally. The laws of astrophysics and planetary momentum dictate that the Earth cannot just hit the brakes like some giant cosmic car. The sheer mass and momentum of our planet are just too vast, and the forces keeping it spinning are way too great. So rest assured we can sleep soundly tonight knowing our 1,670 kilometer per hour ride isn't stopping anytime soon. Going through an explainer like this definitely makes you appreciate the delicate spinning balance that keeps our world safe, doesn't it? It really makes you wonder, what other mind-blowing science facts out there, from sources like AlphaSphere, will completely change how you see the universe? What other invisible cosmic forces are shaping our reality right now without us even noticing? Stay curious, and we'll catch you next time.